Alright, so Capricorn. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Dave, obviously doing a reading for a sign of Capricorn. Keep in mind that this will not resonate for every Capricorn. If you'd like a personal reading, that is going to be the first link in the description down below. Repeat that, first link in the description down below for a personal reading. You're also going to find a bunch of other things in the description there. You can find my Etsy shop, which has my tarot, my oracle cards on there, holographic stickers, as well as the mini holographic version of my oracle cards, my pins, which are acrylic pins. So you have the Green Man pin, White Raven pin, Serapis Bay pin. All that's in the description down below. On my Etsy shop, you can also find my shirt store, my website, different social media platforms I'm on, as well as Patreon. All that's in the description down below. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so. I do appreciate your donations here, Capricorn. So let's see what Spirit has in store for yourself. Now, this is my first time using this deck, so we're going to be doing a lot of reading. So number 13, number 12, I'm not sure how to say these words, but it does say that in the book, so we'll reread them when we get the book here. We have number 17, 39 with the Norns, number 11, 19, 38 with the Halls, number 16 here, so let's go. Here's number order. This one right here. It's number 11 with Issa. It says a temporary pause or halt. It is prudent to stop and wait for a better time. Be silent and regroup. Understand that something may be frozen in place for a time. This is beneficial. Do not allow others to control you or your time. Element of water here. Okay, it says the Vikings were surrounded by ice, glaciers, icy mountains, frozen rivers, and streams. All were commonplace to their environment much of the year. The way that the normally flowing element of water was distilled into ice was magical to the Norse, and this pausing of many things is what Issa represents. Issa means ice, and is one of the elder Futhark. If we consider the impact of ice on water, we can see that it exerts a steadying control. It slows the water's path, makes it wait. For us, Issa can be used to quiet an unsteady mind or a racing heart. It is an excellent aid to meditation and a focus for times when we need to slow down our decision making. Issa also focuses the will, that steely, somewhat icy part of ourselves that may need to be activated to accomplish something difficult. Helps us draw upon our reserves and settles our flightiness. Okay, Capricorn, so this is like a slowing down, but it's not like anything really in your life coming to a halt here. It's like slowing down before you make decisions. You're slowing down, like calming the mind, alright, calming yourself, okay, because, and also not allowing people to control you here, not allowing people to speak over you as well is another thing, is what it's feeling like. Okay, then we have number 12 over here. So we have Yera. Harvest the fruits of your hard work. What you reap is what you sow. Creating connection and harmony with the land is beneficial for you. Calm and nourish yourself through contact with nature. Change will happen gradually, not overnight. Okay, Capricorn, yeah, there's a big calming thing here, right? Going out in nature to calm, right? But look at this. You are about to have, see, in the beginning here, you're about to be harvesting the fruits here of your labor. What you've been working so hard here on, Capricorn, okay? This is work, this is business. What you've been really applying yourself towards, Capricorn, here. It says a seed is planted, a miracle of possibility, and it grows. Strong, made of sunlight and water, or made in sunlight, water, and work, a living treasure to hold, to harvest, reward for right action. I am Yera. This is the primary message of Yera has to do with various harvests in our lives. As a people, who collected seeds from which to grow crops, who bred and raised animals, who cut and cured the lumber from which they built their powerful boats, the Vikings understood both the necessity of hard work and the cycles of development and growth that culminated in the harvest of the fruit of that work. They also understood that to grow in a skill took time and dedication and could not be hurried. The Vikings also considered and valued the ideal of ethical action. They saw the right action as deserving of reward, not according to karma, but simply in terms of reaping what we have sown. This is like another ruin. Yura deals in the idea that what is given, or in this case planted, is what will be harvested. In this way, Yura looks to the future. It highlights the concept that our actions today and every day counts, the element of the earth. Okay, then we have 13 over here. Yeah, what you have put out into the universe, what you've applied yourself, what you've like really been working on here, it's coming, right? It's the rewards. It says you will experience a new beginning once you have completed the current cycle, but not before. Set your boundaries clearly, and you'll be protected. Awiz or Uwiz? This one right here. It says, I skirt the sky, tall and straight. My roots deep in the underworld begin again. Gone is what was. I rejoice in what is. I am the center. I am Awiz. Awiz is associated with the yew as a tree sacred to the Norse. The yew is tall and very vertical. And if we consider the position of Awiz within the sequence of the 24 runes, we see it occupies the middle point. Its uproot shape, signaling the center, Awiz is also the rune of protection, and relates this in ways to the yew, as well as which is both protective and dangerous. The needles of the yew tree are poisonous, and it is poison that protects the tree from predators. It says, death in the Viking cosmos was not seen as something to fear, particularly if one was brave and ethical in life. The Vikings' beliefs did not promise rebirth specifically, but they did promise those who were chosen an afterlife spent with the gods and goddesses feasting and fighting in their halls. In keeping with the courage of the Vikings in the face of death, Awiz which was mainly concerned with the power of endings as well as beginnings, removes the fear of both figurative and literal death, while inviting spiritual confidence. If we are frightened to let go of something, Awiz is helpful to us. If we need to let an old habit die, or are afraid to cut something back, or fear that something may never start anew after that death, this rune gives us the confidence to allow the good death to occur. The element is earth, so like look at this Capricorn. Yes. There's like a letting go, a release here. And then like the new, it's going to be sprouting, okay? Letting go of something first. So they're slowing down, releasing something that needs to go here, so that the new can start again, so that the rewards can start again. This is what is happening here. So number 16 over here. Salvo? I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce that, but it says you are on purpose, you are on the right path, you may need to leave others behind to reach your goal. Truth is right in front of you, should you choose to see it. You may have experienced dark times, but your future is bright. It says, I turn my face towards the sun, and the path stretches out in front of me. I know, I have learned the truth. It is a solitary thing, but it brightly shines. Right action it is. It says, I am Solio. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. Like, it does have, like, a thing how to pronounce it, but there's, like, special letters, which I don't think I'm pronouncing this right. But, either way, see, there's, like, a letting go, Capricorn, even leaving people behind that are, like, kind of weighing you down, okay? Because you are on the right path here, and you are going to be reaching your goals. You are going to be getting your rewards here. Alright, this is the ruin of the sun, Sol. As the sun illuminates all, Sol is concerns itself with the revealing the truth regarding personal purpose and intent, truth within oneself, and truth in dissemination of information and speech. In the essence of written contracts, the Vikings' word was their truth and their bond. Truth is one of the 9 virtues mentioned in the Eddas, where people were warned about setting and breaking false troths. To the ancient Norse, the word had real currency and worth. Being truthful or not could be the difference between surviving or not. This ruin asks us to consider whether or not we are being true to ourselves, whether or not we are following our true path. Are we living according to the standards of others rather than our own? Does our work take full advantage of our inherent gifts, or are we hiding our light under a basket? Have we put on a mask to hide our truest self, lest it be seen or damaged further? How closely are we living in accordance to who we are? It's the element of fire. Okay, Capricorn. Yeah, and living more authentically towards your truest self. Once again, not letting people having control over you, not letting people speak over you. You being you. So we have Tiras. It says, have faith, all your hard work and sacrifice will pay off. Self-sacrifice is necessary to achieve your goals. You'll have success in legal matters. Create something new. No, grow into something powerful. Focus your will strongly and with clarity. So once again, your hard work is going to be paying off here, Capricorn. You will be achieving your goals. It says, I step forward, knowing that it is not all about what is for me, but what is right for all. My will, I focus. What is new will flourish. My actions are louder than words. I am Tiras. Tiras was ruled by the god Tyr. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but either way. It says, who sacrificed his hand to Fenrir, the wolf god, for the good of his community. It was told that Aesir, the gods of Asgard, afraid that Fenrir would destroy them, decided to bind the great wolf, but had to trick him to do so. They asked Fenrir to use his great strength to test some bonds for them, assuring they would let him go if they were unable to break them. If he were unable to break them on his own. Fenrir was rightly suspicious. He asked for insurance that one of the gods place his hand in Fenrir's mouth, and said that the gods did not release him, that hand would be Fenrir's. Tyr, who knew the truth of the trap, also knew the cost of not binding the wolf for his community. Only God to offer himself for this challenge, he was bound to Fenrir and ultimately lost his hand at what would become known as the wolf joint, the wrist. Community and family were of the utmost importance to the Vikings, and sacrifice of self for the greater good was highly honored. For example, warriors who risked their lives for the community were rewarded even after death by the gods. Even such mundane self-sacrifice as holding back seeds for the next planting season, rather than consuming them all, was in alignment with Tiras. As was refraining from butchering breeding stock, even if it meant your family went hungry for a time. For us modern folk, the energy of Tiras may be expressed in the act of saving for a home or for a children's education rather than buying luxuries. Says Tiras, it concerns positive self-sacrifice, legal matters, and agreements. It asks us to hold to our agreements, even those we make with ourselves. For instance, if we decide to bring our body into balance but eat unhealthy food, we are breaking Tiras. However, if we are honorable with ourselves and our word, we will be rewarded with what we seek. It's the element of air, Capricorn. Number 19 over here. This is Awes. Take speedy action. Open yourself to the power of flow. It benefits us to work with the rhythms of the natural world. Equine assisted therapy may be of comfort to you. Eat seasonally available foods and notice the particular energies of each season. We are not our past. The wind, it works its way through my hair. A crown of ink, I smell its direction. I feel its sway. My legs, they hold to the warmth of fur, the bellows of breathing together forward now. I am Awes. Yeah, I was. Okay. Well, this is like being in flow here. Once again, the natural world, so nature, horses even here, Capricorn. Okay, but also taking action. Not see. Once again, you're not. The past is no longer tied to you. You see that there's a big release here in your reading. Okay. Also a big theme here on eating break. It says, Awes is the ruin of the horse, and it tells us of the importance of flow, rhythm, and the gaining of momentum over time. Good riders adapt their bodies and minds to the rhythm of each of their horse's gaits: walk, trot, canter, and gallop. In doing so, they become one with their steed, bringing grace and ease, and a deep connection between human and horse. It says, Awes suggests we bring the same sensitivity to our everyday lives. That, rather than resisting to the flow, we adapt to, even enjoy the rhythm of life as we move with it. There is huge power in riding with the energy, not against it. For example, we can align with the changing seasons, withdrawing with the introverted nature of winter, and setting forth new plans into fertile spring. Even the foods available differ from season to season, and scientists agree that eating seasonally is better for the health of our bodies. It says, Awes is also the ruin of the now, not the past nor the future. It reminds us that by being where we are and enjoying the fullness and completeness of this present moment, we create a more mindful and enjoyable future. Element is water. Okay? Number 38, number 39. This is the halls. You will be rewarded for your work. Be brave, even if you are afraid. Now it is time to work for the greater good. Volunteer. Once again, there's big theme here on you getting the rewards, Capricorn. Okay, this is the new that is coming into your life. Rewards, flow, abundance. Not hardship, not struggle, not you know what I'm saying. It says, I am content, for I have passed from the world with the sword in my hand. Blood spilled in your name, with honor in my heart, I join the All-Father. What is it? The golden hair of Freya. I am carried by the winged woman, screaming my name. It's like doing things for the greater good here. I'm not going to be saying all this right here because he keeps talking about death and dying. And you have to, even in everyday life, you have to be careful of what you're saying because you put that in the universe there, especially in tarot readings. So we're not going to be reading a lot of this, but it is like doing things for the greater good here. We have the Norns. While there may be things that are fated, still, our will and energy can alter them. We all receive gifts from the divine at birth, which we can develop or ignore. Focus and energy must be put towards a task if it is to be successful. See, this is your free will, and whether or not you do this or not, Capricorn. Whether or not you do exactly what I've been talking about throughout the entire reading. Alright, whether you take action, or what was it first? Let go of the past. Let go of people who are trying to have too much control over you here. You take action towards the future, and then you get the rewards of all this hard work, of what you've been trying to accomplish here. It says, the thread of life shimmers in the dawn. It is woven by what was, and is entwined with what is, and plated with what would be. Each has their destiny, but each, too, their will and magic. Nothing is certain, all is in flow. Isidro, the tree of life that holds the 9 worlds within its limb and roots, grows from the well of word. Word is the flow and living force of destiny, which nourishes the world tree and all life. Seated and under the tree, the ensuring flow of word, are the 3 maiden Norns. Erder, what was, Verdani, what is, and Skald, what will be. These deities weave the destiny of each newborn baby. They visit each child and bestow upon them their fate, which they carve in the forms of runes into Yggdrasil. While it is tempting to look at the Norns as similar to the fates in the Greek pantheon, the Norse did not see fate as unalterable, as the Greeks did. Instead, they saw fate as malleable, subject to the will and energy of the individual and forces of their environment. So, while someone could have a destiny carved for them by the Norns, by channeling their own desires and personal energy, they can change it. If we tune into mythos, we can see this concept at work. One day, a new baby entered the world to a Jarl, Danish chief, and his queen. The Norns traveled to them. The Norns wove and weaved silk around them, and after a small while, told the mother that her son would be a great warrior who would attain great glory. Knowing that such men often died early, the woman begged the Norns, thus, please, great woman, my son is bound to have an early death should he be a warrior. This is only fate, both happy and bereft. Whilst the warriors keep us safe, the families must suffer. Families lose their lives. Can you not grant him another talent? Not soften his destiny. Ah, Erder said. What we give cannot be taken back. But, Verdani said, we're not the only influences. We can carve his destiny upon the Yggdrasil. The waters of word and the magic of the whole can change. So, Skull said, the will, the wave, and the whole shapes his destiny too. And so the Norns left the woman and traveled back to the Tree of Life. They carved the new sun's destiny into its wood, noticing, as always, that as they did, the shape of the fate began to shimmer and move, as always. It doesn't say an element to it, but yes, Capricorn. That's what I feel in your reading. With your own free will, yes, there's destiny, there's fate, but there's free will. Okay, you have control, to an extent here, of what your next actions is. So it's your choice what you decide to choose here. So let's get some runes and some charms yourself. You have these 2 dragon lovers, one being water, one being fire. You have Anubis. We have Ra. We have this moth girl, sort of here, which I do feel like you're connected to. So the moth's connecting with the moon. Moth is spiritual transformation, initiation, psychic abilities, psychic gifts. That's all awakening for you. Once again, we have the moth again here. So I just described the moth to you. We're having a big breakthrough here, Capricorn. Once again, spiritual initiation, where we're stepping into more authority. Here. Okay. It's like this is in a way, it's like, this is a big breakthrough for you. Okay? So, that's all I have for you. Like I said, first link in the description down below for personal reading. Also go to my Etsy shop if you want to go buy something, really appreciate that. If you want to see more content, don't forget to like, subscribe. Bye guys.